The Marriage Conversation. Discovering new pathways to intimacy in marriage. With your host, Dr. Stephen Frew.
Do you frequently apologize for yourself? Don't think you have much to say? Do you question your value? Let other people finish your sentences? I have a story you'll want to hear. This is Stephen Frew, and welcome to the Marriage Conversation. I've met people who simply cannot express an idea or an opinion with conviction. They start and stall, back up, excuse themselves, water it down, apologize, try again. It's not that what they have to say is silly or unimportant. It's that they can't believe that they have the right to say it. A friend of mine, a restaurant owner, gourmet cook, connoisseur of wine and other fine things, was talking to a friend who happened to be a therapist. The therapist friend was complaining about his income, his receivables, patients who wanted to negotiate their fees down, and the increased competition for what seemed to him a limited market in the first place. My friend listened carefully, reflectively, then said this: "How many hours have you been listening to people? I mean, actual chair hours." His friend made some quick calculations. He had practiced more than 25 years and carried a full load most of that time. He answered, somewhere between 50 and 60,000 hours, I suppose. "Do you know how cognac is made?" my friend asked. "Imagine this. Fill this entire room with wine," and they were in a big room. And he proceeded to describe in detail the process of distillation. "When you're done," he said, "you have a bottle of cognac. Very expensive, an essence. You've been listening to people for a long time, and in that time, you have taken things they've said, stories they've told, and you've distilled them into bite-sized pieces we call wisdom. When I listen to you, I'm always impressed by how you can say so much in just a sentence or a phrase. Whatever you charge for your time, it's a bargain. I think you take what you bring, your wisdom, for granted, because it's yours. You're familiar with it. You way undervalue what you bring, and that's why you struggle with money. The old saying goes, a prophet is not without honor, except in his own country. If you have trouble believing that what you have to say is worthwhile, do an inventory. Look for the cognac in your life. What have you paid attention to? What have you studied? What do you know so comfortably that it doesn't seem at all difficult to you? Who has a point of view or knowledge like yours? Focus on the knowledge you have that you take for granted. And the next time someone asks for your opinion, say, "I'm glad you asked." If you'd like to know more about this conversation, check out The Marriage Conversation. This is Stephen Frew. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to The Marriage Conversation. If you have any comments or questions, we'd love to hear from you. Send your emails to stephen@marriageconversation.com or leave a comment on the blog at www.marriageconversation.com.